Well, hey, welcome back, guitar learners. For starters, we're not going to talk about my tan lines. There's been a lot of fishing this summer. Okay, with that out of the way, we're taking a look at Only a Holy God, just real quickly, some of the parts that get played in that song. So at the beginning, there is kind of a reverse delay going on, and like just some general like crazy sounding things. So you can choose to play it however you feel best. I like to play a couple of notes, and I hear some like different things, and so if you have another guitar player, they might be playing some different parts, but I hang out on the B string, the 10th fret, the 8th fret, and the 7th fret. And so it sounds a little bit like this. And so I tend to pause because in that intro, it's actually in 9/8. And so it's in 6/8 time or 6/8 feel, but the way that the bars like fit together, like you feel them in groups of 3. So 9 instead of the 6, where you would feel it in groups of 2. So it's just kind of an interesting intro, and it's a little longer at the beginning than it is during the interlude after that first chorus. And so just kind of play around with that and see what feels best to you as far as that goes. Then later in the song, right after that double chorus and before going into verse 4, there is a really big interlude. So we're doing this in the key of D, and I'll put the notes on the screen, but I do play octaves there, and I'm on a huge setting, and so they're easy enough to follow along with. I like to play my octaves if I'm on the A string with my index finger. I like to use my ring finger on the G string then. So some people will do it with their pinky. I feel like I have a little more control using my ring finger. And so what happens then is I'm really deadening pretty much every other string. I deaden all the other strings around, so that way it's not making noise, but it is kind of making like a rhythmic tone. So I'm going to be counting the frets based on my index finger, based on my A string. So the part to watch out for is when we go 5, 7, 9, and then after that it's 5, 2, 5, 2, 0. Okay, that's the part that's awfully tricky. And the reason is because then I'm actually not on a string, on the A string. I need it to be open, but what about that string in between, right? The D string. It's okay if you make a sound, right? We're in the key of D. So I don't think it's gonna sound bad, but I do tend to deaden it then with like my other finger. I don't have a click, so we're just going. Okay, so yeah, it's hard to describe. I can feel it when I'm doing it. So I am generally kind of pulling my hand back, my index finger back, and I am deadening that D string a little bit. So here it goes again. So if I had to describe like which finger am I applying like the most pressure or the most importance, I would actually say it's my ring finger. It's the higher of the notes. Kind of on top of that, right? The rhythmic feel of it, like I'm not doing like a typical pattern, I guess, with the strumming. There's almost a bit of like an up, down, even if it's not time for that. Definitely one thing that might help with some of the timing of that is I sing the verse 3 in my head, the what other glory consumes like fire, because it's the same chords and timing that's being played. So I sing that verse in my head when I'm playing guitar, and I sing that verse in my head when I'm playing drums, because it helps me with the timing and the feel of that. Hopefully this is helpful to you. Go out there, play along with the playthrough, and try this out. Good luck out there, and I'll see you in the next one.